Most roofing reps are broke for a reason you never expect. If you're in roofing sales and still trying to save whatever's left at the end of the month, you're quietly killing your progress. Not because you're bad with money, not because you don't make enough, but because leftovers just simply don't exist on commission income. What's up, Roof Money Pros? Mike here with Roof Money Pro, and my mission is to help roofing professionals like you maximize your careers and build wealth. Here's what's probably happening every single month. Big check hits your account, you feel rich, so you spend a little bit more freely. End of the month rolls around and you tell yourself, I'll save whatever's left. Except there's never anything left. Sound familiar? You're not alone. I've been there too, and I've worked with roofing reps pulling in six figures who still feel broke, stressed, and behind on their goals. The problem isn't that you don't make enough money. The problem is that traditional savings advice completely collapses when your paychecks swing like a pendulum. This isn't theory. I've watched this fail and succeed in real roofing careers. This channel is for roofing sales reps making good money but struggling to turn income into wealth. If you're ready to finally build real savings momentum without the stress and guesswork, hit that subscribe button right now, because today you're getting the only saving systems that actually work for commission-based income. Now here's the lie most roofing reps were taught. That advice everyone preaches to you about saving what's left at the end of the month. That only works if you get the same paycheck every 2 weeks like clockwork. But you're in roofing sales. Your income shows up in waves. Big commission check hits, random gaps, delays between selling and getting paid, chargebacks, slow seasons that punch you in the face. So what happens? 1 month you close 3 big jobs and feel like a rock star. Next month it's crickets because weather delays or chargebacks. Traditional budgeting advice assumes predictable paychecks, and when you try to force your variable income into that box, the whole thing falls apart. That's not a discipline issue, that's a system issue. Here's what really happens. You tell yourself you'll save whatever's left after your expenses, but leftovers don't reliably exist in commission sales. Why? Because your spending expands to match your income. Psychologists call it lifestyle creep. You call it, I earned it, I deserve it. I call it the silent killer of wealth. Big commission month hits and suddenly you're upgrading everything. New truck, nicer apartment, stacking up subscriptions, eating out more. None of it feels reckless in the moment because your bank account looks healthy. But then the slow month arrives and panic sets in. Now you're living paycheck to paycheck at a 6-figure income level. That's insane. Your brain isn't wired to handle feast or famine income. When money floods in, you feel rich and you spend accordingly. When it dries up, you feel broke and either raid your savings or go into debt. This emotional roller coaster keeps you stuck in the proverbial hamster wheel year after year. The real killer? Saving becomes optional instead of automatic. You only save when it feels comfortable. And let me tell you something, it never feels comfortable. There's always something else screaming for that money. Here's what changed everything for me when I was climbing roofs. I stopped trying to save leftovers and started saving percentages, not dollar amounts, percentages. Why does that work? Because percentages scale with your income. Big month, you save more dollars but the same percentage. Slow month, you save less dollars but you're still hitting your target. That means no guessing, no stress, no emotional decisions. The system flexes with reality instead of fighting it. That allows you to build momentum and confidence. When I decided in my second year of roofing sales to pay off my $175,000 mortgage early, I ran the numbers and I realized I could live off of 25% of my income if I was making around 150 grand. So that became my North Star. Every single deposit, no matter the size, 60% went straight to my debt payoff goal. That percentage turned into a rule, not a mood, and held me accountable even when I wanted to spend more. This is how business owners think about cash flow, which is what you really are. They don't hope to have money left over. They pay themselves first, then figure out the rest. You need to do the same thing. Let's be honest about what makes your roofing sales income so unpredictable. It's lumpy. You sell a job today, but you might not get paid for weeks or even months. Installation delays happen, weather happens, insurance payout delays. Then there's the occasional chargeback when a customer cancels or financing falls through. Storm season hits and you're crushing it. Winter rolls around and leads dry up. Your income doesn't arrive in neat little packages. It shows up in chunks at random times. So why are you using a system built for salaried employees? If you're trying to save a fixed dollar amount every month, you either skip saving completely or you resort to winging it. Either way, you're going backwards. Your saving system has to match how your income actually behaves. It has to flex, not fight reality. Here's a system I use to double my income and triple my net worth. Nothing sexy, just simple, boring, effective, and that's why it works. Pick a percentage. Start with something realistic. Maybe it's 10%, maybe it's 15%. Whatever you can stick to consistently matters more than picking an aggressive number you'll quit after 2 months. Seriously, even if your debt and bills are racked up, start with 1%. Even that small percentage becomes the foundation you can build upon as you gain momentum. Every single deposit that hits your account, you immediately transfer that percentage to a separate savings account. Not tomorrow, not next week, immediately. Before you have time to spend it or rationalize why this deposit should feel different. I keep my high yield savings account in a completely different bank. Out of sight means out of spend. Also, give it a nickname so it keeps you intentional and reminds you of the purpose of the account. No exceptions. Even on small checks, even on advances, even when you have surprise expenses, money shows up, percentages move, life continues. That's it. Here's the magic. During strong months when you're crushing it, instead of upgrading your lifestyle, increase your savings percentage. That's how you build real wealth. You're not punishing yourself during good times, you're locking in progress. Now, this is where most reps overthink things. Don't worry, I got your back. Here are some realistic ranges on how much to save. If you're newer to roofing sales and still finding your rhythm, start with 5 to 10%. That's enough to build momentum without feeling impossible while still learning the ropes of sales life. Once you're consistently hitting 75 to 100 grand, push that to 15 to 25%. Six-figure earners should be targeting 20% minimum. If you're clearing 150K plus, you should be saving 25% or more. For me, it really became a game of how little could I live off of without sacrificing lifestyle quality drastically. Now here's the key. Split that percentage into buckets: emergency buffer, future wealth, and don't forget about taxes if you're 1099. Your emergency fund is survival money. That's for when the roof caves, your water heater takes a dump on you, or your truck dies. That money sits in a high yield savings account and you don't touch it unless it's a real emergency. Your second bucket is future wealth. That's your investment account, your down payment fund, retirement accounts, your wealth building machine. Most reps skip the emergency fund and wonder why they're scrambling every time something unexpected happens. Build the buffer first, then focus on growth. The goal isn't simply to hit some magic number and call it a day. The goal is to never stop saving even when income dips. Slow months are going to happen, period, but they don't have to destroy your progress. During strong seasons, you're building up your buffers in both your checking account and savings. That cushion is what carries you through the droughts. This is why you can't spend every dollar during good months. Set up sinking funds for known expenses, property taxes, insurance premiums, HOA dues, truck maintenance. These aren't surprises, they're scheduled. Put money aside every month so you're not scrambling when the bill arrives. Keep your survival money and growth money separate. When a slow month hits, you dip into your checking buffer, not your investment accounts. That keeps you from resetting to zero every time income dips. Now here's the key mental shift. Slow months don't mean failure. They're simply part of the game we chose to play. Now let me guess. You're probably thinking to yourself, Mike, my income is too inconsistent for this to work. The truth is that percentages work with inconsistency. Fixed dollar amounts don't. Or maybe you're telling yourself, I'll start once I make more money. I also had that same belief for years. Know what happened when I made more? I spent more. The problem wasn't my income level, it was my system. Maybe you're thinking, I need flexibility. Yeah, you do. That's what percentages give you. Flexible dollar amounts. Consistent habits means momentum. Or here's the big one. I'm already too far behind to make this work. Listen, starting today is 1,000,000 times better than starting next year. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. None of those are reasons, they're delays. These beliefs feel true, but they're lies keeping you broke. I know because I believed every single one of them until I realized they were excuses. Waiting doesn't make this easier, it just makes the gap bigger. Remember, your roofing sales income isn't broken, your savings method is. When you stop trying to save leftovers and start saving percentages, everything changes. Less stress, more control, real progress, even when your paychecks swing month to month. You're not an employee with a salary. You're basically running your own business. Business owners don't hope to have money left over, at least the successful ones. They pay themselves first and make it work. Your income is variable, that's not changing, but your saving system doesn't have to be optional anymore. Hey, if you found this video helpful and it gave you some clarity on why your cash flow has been broken and what you actually need to do to fix it, then make sure you're subscribed because I'm building something here just for you and I've got way more content coming your way each week. Next up, I'm breaking down the silent money trap that hits roofing sales reps after their first big year. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.